Fucking thing sucks.
Welcome to the show, SKIDS Podcast. I am your host, Shane Kopke, and I'm here with Tim Gage and Kevin McNichols.
I live down in the Baja.
All right. Well, he's still doing it. I don't know why. It didn't work before the show, but let's do it on the show. Go for it, Kevin. Keep going.
I like Mr. Pibb. You like Mr. Pibb?
Nobody says that. Nobody likes Mr. Pibb.
Orange soda, maybe?
I like orange soda. Well, it depends.
Did you know that I was a Navy SEAL?
Cream soda. He never was. He was actually, what is it? What are they called? Not a CB, but whatever the next one was. They went through multiple iterations before they got to the SEALs.
I introduced the Stones
To what?
on stage.
Wow, you're now making as much sense as he actually makes. No, go ahead. Start getting into conspiracies.
Can we just drop it?
Keep going.
The moment 9/11 happened, I went to Afghanistan and I challenged Osama bin Laden to an arm wrestling contest. When he lost,
No, say
Why
it
would you
again.
mute that? That was
Say
the
it
fucking
again.
great
When
part.
he
You
lost,
dipshit.
I
You
raped him.
fucked that up,
Okay.
dude.
No, he got
And now
it. He
he
got it.
calls me daddy.
There you go. He's dead though. He died in 2011.
Oh.
Allegedly.
Oh, is he?
Allegedly.
Who's that?
Osama bin Laden.
Oh,
The
he died?
body, the
That
body
sucks.
was never produced.
What happened?
Eh.
Oh, I heard good things.
A guy named Rob shot him in the face, I think, is what the potentially official story is.
I heard he had some sort of manifesto out recently that everyone was just.
No.
Gushing
That
about.
it wasn't really a manifesto that
The
he had out
body
recently.
was never recovered.
It was the thing that he wrote before 9/11, I believe. It was like his letter to the West.
Oh, like Koresh did.
fucking
David
commies.
Koresh. Stop it! You're fucking done. Jesus Christ! It wasn't working before the show. You kept it going for what fucking reason?
Ooh,
Did you know I was
Jesus fucking Christ!
keeps going. Yay, Kevin!
Do it again.
Kevin's got fun stuff.
Finish her.
Do it again.
Oh, I did finish her
What the
in the
fuck?
bathroom at Sturgis.
There you go. Keep going.
He just sounds like he's in a bathroom.
Yeah.
Would you like some Mr. Pibb?
He's sitting in the stall next to you, taking a mad shit.
And I'm just like, God damn it! Shut up, Jesse Ventura.
trying to get this one.
Why do you have
squeezed
to
out.
talk about conspiracy theories while you're shitting?
9/11 was an inside job. I
Kevin-
know because I was governor of Minnesota.
Kevin-
Before I moved to the
Kevin is a
Baja,
hand job.
I gave
hand job.
I gave Arnold Schwarzenegger a hand job on the Predator set one day.
You know what? I'm going to somehow mute that to where you don't even say the Schwartz part.
All right, you were right. This guy's going to be a little bit more.
Yeah, no shit. Weird that the cat on the table is going to be a problem.
Sam,
Hi
I'm going to
there,
have to ask
kitty.
you to get down.
Jesus Christ.
I know you need the attention, but
I should have brought my dog here and
Can
just
we-
set her on the
can we
fucking
just,
front.
can I ask you to
I couldn't imagine her not moving.
get
She would-
down?
Sammy Samsonite.
Wow, this is the fly
Come on.
from a week ago or
Can
2
you-
weeks ago.
No.
That
we're
was
not
apparently
playing
a
game.
popular moment.
Yeah.
Get down. What
But you need to respond to people, not just me,
are you talking about?
Oh,
on the YouTube channel. When people talk, you also have to respond. That helps the algorithm.
What are you talking about?
I
Someone responded to our.
Yes. And don't do the
I thought you didn't
because
look-
you know it
Wait,
as well as I do
I thought
that
you didn't-
engagement works.
I thought you didn't look at our
Engagement it is.
YouTubes.
I do look at the YouTube. I don't
Oh.
fucking watch it.
Oh.
I look to see. I go and like it, and then fast forward all the way through it, like I watched it.
he's never once seen or heard an episode of this
No,
show.
I don't do that. I don't know why you guys do. It's weird.
That's to critique myself.
Oh, yeah. I don't need to critique myself. I'm great.
I kind of have to watch it because I edit it.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I don't know why this guy watches it.
No, I stopped.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Smart move. It's terrible.
It really is a shitty show.
It's not
It's
good.
the same fucking show every goddamn week.
It's
Every
not, though.
single week.
It is.
To you.
It
But
is
you
to
also
me.
you also don't like podcasts.
No, there's some I do like.
Well, then that's a recent thing because before we
I've
started
talked
the
about
show,
a couple that I like.
yeah, but before the show started, you were like, I don't get it. It doesn't.
Well,
make any
I
sense
tried
to me."
doing Adam Carolla. I don't like that. I like the
No,
show
because
better
that
than
was
the podcast.
his podcast is basically him trying to recreate a radio show in podcast form, which is a terrible move. I don't like it. I don't know why. It doesn't work.
Yeah,
To me-
it's not for me.
To me, a radio show's fine when you can listen to it live. That's when it's fun. I don't know why. I don't know what the difference is. It's
Yeah, I don't know the difference
because
either.
I like ice hockey, the NHL. I can't watch a game
We
after
know.
it's over. I just can't. I have to watch it live.
Okay.
I just same thing when I watched football. If it's not live, I can't watch a
You do realize
broadcast
that
of
it isn't actually live. It's delayed.
Yeah, by like 30 seconds.
Yeah,
but that's
but
not the same.
so say you missed the show. Say you missed the game, and it's the next day. You won't watch the game.
Nope, I'll watch highlights.
Huh?
Game's already over. I can't. I'm
that's
not
odd.
the type of person that can do that.
That's odd.
It's not odd. Why is that odd?
What's the difference?
I would prefer it live.
We do it live.
I was going to say that I don't know why.
I prefer it live, Tim.
Well, but what if you didn't know?
But I
We'll do it
prefer
live.
it live.
Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it.
Fucking thing sucks.
I tell you, that's the best part, isn't it?
Yeah.
We'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
I mean, let's say you didn't know the game was on, and you just happened across the game on TV. You wouldn't
Yeah.
watch it.
Oh, if the game was on already, yeah, I can watch it. I can watch a game halfway through.
Oh, you can watch it halfway through as long as it's live.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't. I never could watch a game after it's already over. I know. I have family members that'd be like, "I recorded the game. Don't tell me anything about it." And I'm like, I already know the outcome, and I didn't watch it at all.
Oh, so
So-
maybe it's if you already know the outcome, you can't watch
No,
it.
I just can't do it anyway.
Okay, so what?
Because
If
I'd
there's-
rather check the outcome or check the highlights and
Okay,
watch
okay.
it.
So I have a question then. So what if, say, there's this great game, like maybe a classic game or something? You wouldn't watch that?
No.
No.
No, I'm also never that guy. I could watch the highlights from a classic game. Like I every once in a while, because I watched this live when it happened. New Jersey Devils in 2000 taking the Stanley Cup in Game 6 and double overtime, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
But I can watch the fucking last play of that over and over. I fucking loved it. Because
But you wouldn't watch the whole game.
No, I couldn't watch the whole game again because I already know the outcome. That's one of the reasons, right? Is I already know the outcome.
Sure.
But I can watch the thing that became the outcome, especially in a sudden death overtime game. Fucking love that shit.
Well, because I've watched old certain classic basketball games from back in the day, even some that I grew up watching, what was it, Bulls versus Blazers back in the
Well, I'd
early
say-
'90s when it was the best. Their best teams like Clyde Drexler, Michael Jordan.
I was gonna
shit
say
like that,
probably
some
the-
of their big games.
the most classic game from that era is Michael Jordan's flu game.
the
The game where he had a flu
Uh-huh.
and fucking still outscored everybody.
Yeah, he still kicked ass.
He
yeah.
fucking crushed it. And he's like,
Or some of those early Dream Team games when they had all those guys from the
yeah,
'90s.
but you got to
in there,
remember
you know?
the Dream Team when that came together, they're playing against basically middle school kids essentially. That's
Well, yeah,
the talent level.
but it's still seeing all those guys on the court together is
Yeah, no, it was
pretty
cool.
awesome.
I remember
Yeah.
'cause back then. That's when I collected basketball cards. I
Yeah.
loved basketball
Yeah.
back in
Me
the.
too.
That was early '90s,
absolutely
right?
That's-
Early '90s
that's
basketball was fucking great. I loved it,
dude. It was great back then.
And my favorite player at the time was Penny Hardaway.
oh yeah, Penny Hardaway was
The thing
great.
that sucked is he had knee fucking problems and ended up having to retire early,
Yeah.
which fucking sucked. And I wasn't even a huge fan of the fucking Magic, and he was on the Magic. I actually like the Charlotte Hornets a bit more.
Oh
For
yeah.
one, you got Muggsy Bogues, who was
Fucking
5'3" and had
yeah.
more steals than
Dude,
anybody
yeah,
in the
Muggsy
league.
Bogues was
He was a
badass.
setup artist too. He was good at fucking getting assists. He didn't score much, but he led to
but
a lot
he-
of scoring plays.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey,
Tim,
he
just sit out
kept
this
to his strong
conversation.
suit.
I don't watch sports.
No, what
didn't
should
watch
we
it back
talk
in the
about?
day?
You fucking
I have
nerd.
never seen a sports show program from start to finish ever.
Wow. Okay.
I'm not into it
So the
Yeah, I
things
get it.
people say about you are true. You're a bitch.
because I don't watch sports.
Yeah.
What does that have to do with being a bitch?
Well, okay, you're not athletic.
Not anymore, no.
When were you athletic?
I played basketball through junior high and high school
Why?
competitively, and then my church league as well, and then volleyball.
Oh,
And,
you also
golf.
played volleyball.
Yeah.
That's cute. Do you wear those shorts that they have to wear?
Well, yeah, you have to.
Oh yeah,
It's part of the game.
You have to wear those.
No, I played in the volleyball league for a while, but and
That's why
then
Shane Gillis has the best joke on that.
But yeah, I'd rather play the sport than watch it.
Oh no, I agree. I'd rather go out and play.
But that's why I don't
I never
like watching
understood the people that were so into sports that literally that's all they did is watch sports.
Yeah.
All they did.
Yeah.
I've never understood that. I'd always play. I mean, I played. Up until recently. I've missed now the last 2 seasons of hockey. I've been playing goal in hockey for the last 10 years. Before that, when I played ice, I played center or winger, one of the two. But playing goal for the last 10 years was fucking amazing. But then I now have hip problems, probably because of that.
I played baseball, basketball, and soccer, but basketball was like
Yeah,
good
I like
games.
basketball a lot. That's a lot of fun. That's a fun game.
Never
to
got
play.
into it because I had a fucking coach that hated me. Absolutely hated
Well,
me.
you're not built for basketball.
No, but he wouldn't even play me.
Well, yeah, you're not built for it.
No, he hated me. That's why he wouldn't play me.
Huh.
Right? So in middle school, I played for the football team.
Yeah, I can see you playing football.
And because he hated me on the football team and ended up being my coach for basketball, weird.
Weird. See, he's not in the shot anymore.
He's fucking in the shot, dude. He's in my shot. I can see him.
So he just didn't like you. So he's like, I'm not going to put you on my team. Or
No, I was on the team, but he wouldn't play me. He literally wouldn't play me. We had to literally get the entire crowd to chant my name. Like, all the guys on the team were chanting just to get me into one of the games.
Why?
Because he wouldn't fucking play me.
I know,
Did
but
you
why-
not
well,
listen?
Like, what position did you play in basketball?
I don't remember. Dude, I haven't played basketball since then.
Oh.
Because of that shit. Now, the other part was probably me beating up this kid named Reed, also at the beginning of the season. They didn't suspend me at
Why
all,
wouldn't
which
you?
is
His
hilarious.
name was Reed.
Yeah, his last name was Shoemaker, also.
I knew
So-
somebody with the last name Shoemaker.
Was there a guy named
That-
Reed?
That
No,
sounds
his name
really
was
familiar,
Adam.
actually, the name Shoemaker.
Might have been. What school did you go to? High school.
I'm not saying what high school I went to. Should I give you my social security number as well?
What was
My
your
mother maiden name?
What was your first
Well,
pet's
they can
name
get your
and your
social
first
security
street
number
that
from
you
the
lived
same
on?
school.
Fuck you guys. I didn't say that.
I don't know why you can't say these things, Tim.
What high school did you go to?
The government
Hudson's
has your
Bay?
social
It's not
security
crazy.
number.
Good.
You can find it.
I can find
We say
what?
our names on here, dummy.
Yeah, I know.
I
That's
can
why
find
my
out what
Instagram.
fucking high school you went to. I'll do it right now.
Okay, find out what high school I went to. Let's see if Shane can figure out my
I'm
information.
gonna type in Tim Faggot
I mean,
Gage.
you can see it from this room.
Oh wait, I can see it from this room.
No, probably not.
Where?
No.
Where is it? Where's the high school
No,
thing?
my diploma's in the filing cabinet over there.
All right, I'll go look at it. Can you get your cat off the fucking table? It's really annoying.
Again? All right.
This damn cat, it's fucking driving me crazy. No shit.
He just doesn't want to. He takes it as affection.
Yeah, maybe that's where you get it from. You're like, oh, I like to be beat up. Actually, let's talk about that.
Nah,
Let's talk about that. Tim, what type of chicks do you tend to get matched up with? It's hilarious to me.
We were having a conversation about matching on dating. I'm on dating apps.
But it's hilarious because it's always the same. He'll tell me about it, and I'm like,
It's always abusive
what the
women.
fuck? No, it's crazy.
No, I seem to attract a lot of down and out.
Not just down and out, but they always either like have a husband already,
Yeah.
and you're like, but then they tell you like, oh no, he's fine. He's just staying here because it's cheaper on rent.
We have an open relationship.
Yeah.
Or,
well,
no,
what was the
it's
one
not
chick
working
that
out.
told you? She said that he was just living there because like it was cheaper that way.
Yeah, for now.
And then like a week into like you guys talking or whatever, you found out that like no, they're together.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, cut and run.
Right.
Get the fuck out of here. But he seems to find it's like the same chicks, and all they're seeing is a picture of him, and all he's seeing is a picture of them, and it's like apparently
Somehow,
just his looks is like, nah, he'll be into it.
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
Yeah, it's a bizarre trend. I'm starting to think that all women need a Captain Save-A-Ho.
I mean, that is kind of a
well, it is 2024.
that
you
is
know.
kind of a thing though, the savior type complex that
Yeah.
you know. Oh, I can
I
make her
guess
better.
I give out that vibe, I suppose. I don't
It's
know.
fucking crazy though. Because you've described
Just
it,
on an image.
but you've described it so many times with almost the exact same scenario in it, and you're like, "Are you
That's
sure? You're sure it's a
crazy.
different chick?"
Yeah.
You're like, "Yeah, no, different chick. Doesn't look the same."
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't understand that. Like, I mean, I like crazy chicks too.
I used to attract crazy ones. I used to be into crazy ones.
No, I don't mind it, but they get old after a while.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know,
the drama becomes
yeah.
just,
Well, if things are too intense early, it's probably a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because that usually means the fuse is already lit and it's gonna fucking explode, and then it's just like downhill.
It's only
after
a
that.
matter of time.
Yeah, it's downhill after that. Not good.
No, it's just all women are liars.
They're all liars. That's true.
Yeah, you can't trust a goddamn thing that comes out of their mouth.
And they're not funny.
Unless
That's the
it's-
other thing.
You gotta give him that punk.
Wow, this is going great.
He does not
This
wanna,
fucking cat is. Does
He
the cat
lo-
understand
he
that
loves the
Halloween's
camera.
right around the corner?
He loves the camera.
Yeah, but there was one time the cat
That's
just got up
Sammy.
here and put his asshole into the camera.
Saying, "Look, world.
Oh, you
check
didn't
it
have
out.
food for him. That's a problem.
There's food.
Oh.
Food, it's just
Oh,
there's a clear
dude.
spot at the bottom of it.
My cat's the same fucking. I hate it. It drives me nuts. I'm like, cat, literally, you have a full bowl.
Yeah.
It's just there's a little bit of silver
Yeah,
in the
you
middle.
can see a little bit of the bottom of the bowl. It's an empty bowl.
You want to know
Yeah.
why?
I don't.
I'm going to tell you anyway.
Okay.
It's their whiskers.
Oh, their whiskers can feel it.
Their whiskers, when they feel the sides of it, they don't like it.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's fucking dumb. That's why if they have water and it's too low, they just won't drink it.
I see.
It's dumb. It drives me nuts. It's like, cat, you have fucking paws. Move it, and then you're fine.
No, he's a peculiar one too. That's why there's no water next to his food bowl, because he likes to take his food and put it in the water and dip it first.
What is he, a
Really?
raccoon?
It's really fucking weird. And so
That's
after
a raccoon.
He
about
likes
thing.
to soften it up.
yeah, after about a week, the water dish is nothing but just soggy cat food
Well, I've been
and litter from him putting his paws in there, from his littery paws.
training
Sucks.
my dog in the backyard to like come to me and shit like that.
Yeah,
and,
that's
you know,
important
All,
that
that,
you learn
all,
at a
all
young
those little
age.
stupid things.
Mm-hmm.
Now she's taking the little treats I give her. I just take like a milk bone and break it up into like 4 pieces. She's now taking those into the backyard into spots and then just dropping them off because she wants them later.
Yeah.
It's a smart dog,
like to
smart
do
move.
that.
Dude, and she buries shit in the blankets at the house. She buries shit out, or tries to bury stuff out in the kennel while she's in there during the day. She tried burying her favorite toy in it.
Yeah,
And I'm like, what do you do, dog?
she's claiming possession of it.
Exactly.
But the one thing that I do like is now I'll take her toy out of the kennel. I'll bring it out. I'll throw it a bunch of times. And then at the end when I'm like, let's go inside, she'll walk it over to the kennel and set it out at the door. And then go into the house.
Oh, that's sweet.
She knows
Yeah.
what the fuck, which is
Yeah.
weird. I'm like, oh, she knows that that's her
yeah,
kennel toy.
That's her toy.
fucking
So she's
weird.
putting it back. Yeah.
Yeah, dogs have some pretty unique traits.
They do. They do.
Some individual traits that they
And they have emotions, Tim.
they don't feel fear. What? No, what was it? Guilt. They don't feel guilt. They feel fear.
I think some of
Guilt
them feel
doesn't exist in the dog's mind. Just fear.
Why
I
do
think
you
it
think
can.
that? I swear I've seen dogs show guilt.
They don't have human mannerisms.
Well,
Tim,
I mean-
Tim doesn't know.
They're not humans.
You're not human.
So the
You're
human traits
barely
that we
human.
the human traits that we have that tie into guilt aren't the same traits that a dog has for quote unquote.
But how would
guilt.
you know?
Well, because dogs aren't humans.
No, that's true. Understood.
they're not.
But you're not me, so I could say that you don't have the same things
Yeah,
that
but
I have.
statistically, humans have the same traits when it comes to
You
an
don't
emotion.
have emotions.
However,
Yeah, that's true, I
However,
don't.
dogs don't have the same trait when it comes to an emotion that a human does.
How do
Do
you
you
know?
tuck your tail between your legs if you're scared?
Well, we don't have
I
tails.
do.
So your balls.
I don't want my balls to get hit, Tim.
to protect your nuts when
Yeah.
you're running.
I
Yeah.
need to protect my nuts at all times.
So I was
It's a
talking to
cost you must play.
a veterinarian guy about it because I thought that was pretty curious when he said that too. But no, it's when a dog looks like they're guilty, that's actually them being afraid. Like if they tear something up and you're yelling at them, it's not them being with their droopy eyes and their slouched shoulders. It's not them being guilty. It's them being afraid. That's fear. That's not
Well,
guilt.
but I've seen
Maybe
when
you're too
dogs have fear,
heavy-handed
they
with your dogs.
actually shake.
Well, huh?
Not they don't do that. Like I've seen dogs when they're afraid, they shake. They don't do what you're.
Yeah,
talking
but I'm
about.
saying guilt though. Like if you ever seen a dog that quote
Sure.
unquote is guilty of something,
Sure.
Yeah.
it's the same trait as being fearful of something.
I don't know. He's wrong. It's fine.
Well, that's what the vet told me.
Yeah, but
I
you
assume
probably
that
went to some
a
sort
person
of
that's a
fucking.
professional at it would know more about it than I do.
I mean, maybe not. I mean, remember we did have doctors saying take the vaccine.
Oh, that's
Yeah, you got an ear weasel or something.
Yeah,
You got ghosts in your blood.
here's some cocaine.
It's just
You should do
ectoplasm.
cocaine about it.
It's just ectoplasm.
That is one of my favorite
spooky
fucking
ghost.
memes. Have you seen that meme, Kevin?
What meme?
Okay, look it up real quick, could you? It's you have ghosts in your blood. Have some cocaine about it.
It's just how things were dealt with in the West.
Yeah, it's an old fucking like those old school looking pictures they had on like Coca-Cola type stuff. Yeah, just type it right there, the first one. That's gonna 100% bring it up. Images.
Yeah, it should probably.
It's right there.
That's the first one
The
right there.
first one.
Right here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can you bring it up bigger? Does that go bigger? Open image, new tab. Yes.
Yeah.
Being an old-timey doctor would rule just drunk as hell like, yeah, you got ghosts in your blood. You should do cocaine about it.
I don't know why. I just love that.
Yep.
It's the same thing as that fucking one where it's got a baby on the fucking picture, and it says, just because he can reach it doesn't mean your baby should do cocaine.
I have to disagree with that.
Well, hey,
It's hilarious.
they did sell that shit just over the counter back in the
Well,
day.
Yeah,
it was in
that-
Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Wasn't it laudanum back in
no,
the day?
No, laudanum was basically
Heroin?
opium.
Yeah, opium,
Yeah, it
that's
was
what
like
it was.
liquid opium, essentially. That people took it for headaches.
Yeah. Oh, dude, there were a lot of things. Oh, housewife depressed? Give her fucking Adderall or whatever
Yeah,
it was.
punch her
well, I
in the
forget.
head
It was a
first.
different thing.
No,
but it was
but
basically
it was
the same
cross
idea.
tops,
Yeah,
essentially.
Yeah.
They're like,
Lobotomizer, because that's the problem.
oh no, that
Oh,
was
yeah, that was the thing,
I
too.
think that was just before they just started handing out all the fucking amphetamines.
Yeah.
No, before that, so they had a period of time where they handed out a bunch of drugs for
She has
everything.
hysteria. That's what it was.
And then
hysteria.
and then for like a 20-year period, they're like, nah, we should just scramble their brains.
yeah.
And
it makes
then
them a lot more tolerable.
See this ice pick?
well, they did it to mostly women.
Well, yeah.
They're like, oh shit, she's crazy.
Because they weren't real people.
They're like, oh, she's got voting
They were
rights. She's not going to
property.
need those.
Yeah.
Scramble
Well,
it up.
they did it to women mostly, but they also did it to mental patients.
The same thing,
Yeah,
Kevin.
Kevin.
They're
we're
the
saying the
fucking
same
thing.
word. Mental
you're right,
patients,
you're right.
women,
Yeah.
same thing.
Excuse me.
At the time,
Didn't
I
we
got
just
mixed
have
up.
this conversation about Tim's fucking ordeal?
That's true. That's true.
That's apparently a thing that even to this day.
Yeah.
Yeah, Captain Save-A-Hole over here.
Tim just starts finding nothing but lobotomized chicks.
Making them is more like it. No.
Your needle dick.
It's because I have a small wiener, everybody.
Shove it into their ocular
Oh,
cavity
man.
and scramble their brains.
All right, let's go. Let's get into a slightly downer type of a topic.
What are you talking about?
That 5124. I don't know what the fuck it was
Oh,
called.
yes.
So,
What is this?
Directive 5240. It's something that I think started initially in like 2016 or something like that.
Well, break
They
it down for us,
They
bud.
expanded on it this year, right?
What is
on
it?
the 27th, that they added in some things about the military and helping in local law enforcement and stuff like that, and the authorization of lethal force for the military on the civilians of the United States. Just before the election, which is good timing.
Oh, yeah.
All right, back up, sir. It's basically this is saying that the military is authorized to use lethal force against civilians.
Yes.
Hasn't that always been allowed?
No.
Oh.
In fact, the military is not supposed to be conducting anything on fucking on our soil. Like, they're not supposed to do any sort of peacekeeping and anything like that.
National Guard?
National Guard is not technically part of the main military. This
Oh,
is
so
now
this
part
is
of the
Army,
main. Yeah, this
Marines.
is Army, Marines, all this shit.
National
Now, national.
Navy and all that?
So the way it works is the president controls the military. The National Guards are controlled by the governors.
Okay.
Now that changes under wartime because National Guard goes on fights overseas and shit like that.
Yeah. That's
usually-
Army, isn't it? The National Guard?
Yeah, that's. But it's a division of the army that's controlled by the governors, not the fucking
Okay.
president. So this right here, it is kind of crazy that they sign it literally like a few weeks before the election. It was like 4 weeks before the election, 5 weeks before the election.
3.
5 because it was the 27th of September.
We're just reading about this now. I got you.
Yes, because it's now actually because people have had a chance to actually fucking read it.
Started noticing it, or at least being able to go through it.
Let's see, paragraph 2-3. Where is the one that? So
Well, this seems like it's the whole thing here.
yeah, but there's a part in it. I think it's under C. Go down to C.
You read this whole thing, Shane?
Assistance in responding with assets with potential for lethality, or any situation in which it is reasonably foreseeable that providing the requested assistance may involve the use of force that is likely to result in lethal force, including death or serious bodily injuries. It also includes all support to civilian law enforcement officials in situations where confrontation between civil law enforcement or civilian law enforcement and civilian individuals or groups is reasonably anticipated. So this means that the military could technically be now used for protests. So if the election doesn't go a certain way, either side, they could bring in the military and just be like, yeah, just start shooting people. We don't like them anyway.
Well,
That's fucked up.
I'm a little bit confused on it.
Well, it didn't go great at Kent State.
So is the
Do you think
military
it'd go
is
great
allowed
now?
to go against the police force too? Is that
No,
what
they're
this is
they're
saying?
assisting the police force.
Assisting the police against civilian individuals.
How did you not? How did you
Well, I
get
read
that
it as
they would-
confrontation between civilian law enforcement and civilian individuals.
Between
Yes.
civilian law enforcement
They would be
and civilian
which side do you think they would be
individuals.
on?
I thought they would be killing both of them.
No,
It's
no,
like,
no, no, no.
Cut it out, you two.
You know what? It's
Just-
possible.
just blast them
if that,
both.
if that happens, I'll be like, all right, I guess Tim was right.
That's how I just interpreted
So
it. That's all.
no, it says here. It also includes all support to civilian law enforcement officials in situations where a confrontation between civilian law enforcement and civilian individuals or groups is reasonably anticipated.
I
So
gotta talk to my
supporting,
military buddies
so
about
supporting
this,
the
'cause-
civilian law enforcement against civilian individuals or groups.
Here's the thing: a lot of the people. I ended up watching this on YouTube, and it's not just this one that I watched, but multiple sources have been saying that their military people that they know, they're like, yeah, we've gotten this memo.
So they would. You got to ask the question. So you'd fucking kill me if you had to?
They shouldn't even be fucking on U.S. soil in that type of capacity ever.
That's what I mean, dude. I'd like to believe that our military
So right here-
brothers and sisters would
right
be
here,
like,
it says
no,
right
we're
here-
not, we're not going to do that.
So it says right here, while the directive forbids assassination, it opens the door to lethal interventions under, quote, national security conditions, which they can deem
Anything.
pretty much anything in national
You can
security.
easily. Oh
For
shit!
some reason, I thought this was already a thing.
No. They're not. The military is not supposed to do shit on U.S. soil.
No.
When it comes to lethal responses to anything, it's one of the reasons. Like CIA can't do anything on the fucking U.S. soil either.
That's why we have civilian law enforcement and we have the National Guard.
Well, we also have the FBI.
FBI as
you
well.
know,
Yeah,
but because I don't really consider FBI the same thing as the civilian law enforcement
No,
apparatus.
no, I don't
Because
either.
they're
Does
more
that
of
mean
an
we're pulling them out
intelligence-
of other countries then?
No, we've got enough military to fucking have them
Go
in the other
to
countries.
attack
right?
ourselves and
Yes,
other people?
absolutely.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can do both.
Sure.
Tim,
Give
if
me
you
the
if you
fucking
dream big enough,
The American dream right
Yeah.
there. We got enough to fuck you up and ourselves
that's the
up.
thing. I mean, we are.
Tenfold.
Are we starting to actually live 1984?
Oh, we've
Because-
already been seeing
Because we've
stuff
already
from
got
it.
the fucking. Hey, let's just get rid of like Google and all these other places and stuff.
Well,
and,
that's a
and-
huge press for the. I mean, that's the Harris Waltz side. They want that
Yeah, well, it's not just them. I
Absolutely.
mean,
big time.
They want
uh,
to make misinformation.
Hillary
Yeah.
Hillary
You know,
Clinton
illegal.
has said it now.
Yes, she has.
Barack Obama's even
Yeah.
said it.
Yep.
I mean, it's
They're
to me,
How
pushing for
dangerous
it.
it is.
But here's the thing that I don't
that they
understand.
say it's dangerous.
That the left, when I grew up, was
The
they were
total
the
opposite.
they were the
The good guys.
They were the
Yeah.
proponents of free speech.
Yep.
Yeah.
They were the ones saying, "Stop it with your fucking satanic craze shit.
Yeah.
Stop it. Let everybody be able to say what they want." And then the people that listen to them can go, "I don't believe that," or "I do believe that." That's on them.
Yeah, they've completely flipped now.
They've
Well, at
completely fucking.
at the same time,
it's insane to
information
me.
wasn't nearly readily as available.
No,
as
and they
it
can
is
control it
now.
more, and that's
Right.
probably why they didn't care as
Exactly.
much.
Well, and that's exactly why you have people like Obama and Clinton and others coming out saying they want to make misinformation.
Well, yeah, because
you know,
if you could shut down Joe Rogan, if you could shut down fucking
Whoever's-
all the big podcasts,
yeah.
and go, let's get rid of these podcasts because they don't seem to see it the way we see it.
But if they were able to start doing this, eventually, when they start cracking down on people, it's going to create a chilling effect that is going to.
Oh shit! Not a chilling effect.
Did you see that
You know,
movie?
I saw that movie. Was it called The Day After Tomorrow?
Yeah, that's the one.
That chilling effect sucked.
But it's going to make it to where others
Age.
are going to back
Fucking
down
weird
as
little
well.
weasel.
Others are going to be afraid, and they're going to back down as well.
Did you?
Well, yeah, when you start using force,
Right.
Because that's the
the
thing.
chilling effect.
It's one of the things that people don't seem to understand is like all of our laws are based on force. Every single one of them. So when people go, oh no, if you don't pay your taxes, it's just going to be, you just go to jail. I'm like, how are they going to take me to jail? Is it going to be like they just send me a letter and I go to jail, or is it I'm going to be forcefully put in handcuffs?
That's gonna be that mountain scene there where they killed the family.
No idea what you're talking about.
Like that, the Appalachian Mountains. They attacked that guy for doing nothing and killed his family.
Oh, you mean in Idaho?
Was
in
that
the
Idaho?
Appalachian Mountains in Idaho?
So that was?
Yeah, it was in Idaho.
What was the name of the family?
That was Ruby Ridge.
Yeah, Ruby Ridge. Thank you for the listeners at home. Ruby Ridge.
It was in Idaho, not the Appalachians.
I was going to say the Appalachians are on the other side of the country.
Yeah, 100%. They're way, way far away.
I don't know where they're at. I know they're mountains.
Clearly, you don't.
They're a mountain range. Isn't that the Rockies, right?
Well, yeah, but I don't think they were directly. No, and actually, I think that would have been more the Cascades. But
okay, yeah, the Cascades then. Yeah, but this Idahoan family, Now, back to what you're saying about this thing, though.
His name was Ward Weaver.
It reminds me of that scene from The Stand, that miniseries.
Man, you keep bringing up
yeah.
references I don't know.
The Stephen King.
Yeah,
miniseries.
they had the Catherine Bates with the actress. I can't remember that actress's name.
Was it Kathy
Bates.
Kathy Bates.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was the
You just fucking said it.
yeah.
You said Catherine
Catherine.
Bates. I don't remember her name.
Well, I keep thinking of her as the gal from
Misery?
Misery. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
that's
Misery
that's
chick.
That's
Kathy
her.
Bates.
Yeah.
That's her.
I thought that was her name in the movie.
Her name is not Kathy Bates.
She's in The
this
Stand
movie.
as a radio host.
Would be hilarious if her
and
name
military
was
bust in
Catherine.
because she's spouting truth.
Yeah.
Right.
And they gun her down for it.
No, but that's the
over
thing. If
live radio.
If we end up
Yeah.
getting to a point where because that's the fear is that people would use force to stop you. That's what the First Amendment is supposed to be for, is being able to say things to people that don't want to hear it and say things that they don't want you to say.
yeah.
You should be able to say, like, it's one of the reasons why I believe that the worst of us should be able to say the worst fucking things possible. Because if you start cracking down on that, then you can start cracking down on the thing that's not as bad.
Right.
That you go, I just don't like it.
Well, that's where you
hate
ask,
that.
That's where you wonder where do you draw the line and who says where the line is.
Well, that's the problem is
Yeah.
we don't have a good track record
No.
of drawing lines.
no, we have a terrible track record.
You know,
Well,
And
yeah,
I'll
that's
tell you
just-
one thing: if Harris becomes president, she's enough of a puppet that she would totally fucking help make.
well,
something
she's
like
also
this
said some
happen.
absolutely insane things
Absolutely.
about. Well, we'll just go in and fucking we'll just make them stop doing that. Like, but that's
We'll
against
make
the
sure that they
Constitution.
got their guns in safes.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, when she said that in fucking California, it's
Yeah.
like, no, you can't do that. You're a fucking attorney.
Yeah.
How can you say that we should violate the Fourth Amendment?
Biden himself. Yeah, don't.
Well, that was
you
different. That's a different fucking time. She
can't-
said it multiple
You
times.
can't do that.
Yeah, she's like, oh, we'll just make them fucking turn in their guns.
Yeah. Even Biden was like, "No, we can't."
and Biden's like, no, you can't do that because of the Constitution. And she's like, oh yeah,
Well, maybe
we'll
we
just
did
do
take
it.
a look at that.
We'll just do it anyway.
Yeah.
'Cause that's
You're
how it
right, though.
works.
She really is a puppet. That's what's the difference
Absolutely,
between
she's a puppet.
these two candidates. Is one's a leader. At least they get the portrayal that he is a leader, and no one's telling him what to do or think.
Well, that's why they want to shut him down so bad.
And the other one is like she's totally being told what to do, what to think, what to say every time.
I wouldn't consider. I don't consider Trump the same. I don't look at him and go leader. I go wild card.
But he's not a puppet.
Wild card, but
no,
he's also
wild
yeah,
card.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
why I
That's
say
it.
wild card.
And that's
Yeah.
why they've been coming at him so hard because he doesn't play
That's
by
why they-
their rules.
they-
He doesn't do what they want him to do.
you got to remember that in 16 when he first got elected, they came
Yeah.
at him super hard, both sides.
Yeah.
Both sides.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Oh,
they're-
yeah.
and they're doing the same thing again.
A lot of the Republican side that was against him then are now fully supporting him. Like, no, we were wrong.
Some of them, but then some of them are back on the other
Yeah,
side.
there's still some that are on the other side,
Yeah.
but not. It's different now. Obviously, he's got a lot more support from the Republican
Well,
Party
yeah,
this
they
time.
saw what he did before, and they want to see that again.
Well, and they
Crazy-
also saw what happened under Biden.
The crazy thing is too, though, is that
Yeah.
you now might get Kamala and Trump both on Joe Rogan's podcast.
That's
Yeah,
the talk.
I heard about
Although
that.
Rogan has not actually said anything about it yet.
No, but there's
they
a lot of people
they-
saying that there's been a lot of talks behind closed doors.
Yeah, but
about it.
like I said, Rogan hasn't said one way or the other
I'll
yet.
bet he doesn't just
But-
simply because what we were saying. He won't adhere to
see.
their rules.
No.
And so then they won't show up.
No, because that's one of the reasons why he said he wouldn't have Trump on the first time was because Trump wanted like an hour-long thing that was kind of dictated what he could ask him.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, fuck you. This is my show. You're coming on my show.
Yeah.
I'll ask you what I want, and we'll do at minimum 2 hours.
You know what? Now, if they do this, so let's say this does happen, Trump, I think, will do just fine because Trump has no problem
No,
talking.
Trump's been on a lot of podcasts.
No,
Yeah,
don't get me wrong. He's on the fly really well, but
Yeah,
at the same
but-
time, he has a tendency to
Not as
really
bad-
go overboard.
Not as bad as
Really
Kamala.
go
Yeah,
overboard.
but the thing
I was
is,
going to
though,
say not as bad as Kamala
I was going to
has
say, I
lately.
really do think Kamala, if she goes on Rogan, I think she's going to
Oh,
get
she'll
torn
crash and
apart,
burn.
and it's
She'll
going to
sink
be
her ship.
It's
Yeah.
going to be bad. Yeah.
She'll be like, "Oh, Joe Rogan, you're a nice
My
iceberg."
earpiece fell out.
Yeah.
I mean, my earring fell out.
Right.
But he's
Well,
going to
dude,
ask
Trump,
her.
Trump was on Flagrant recently. That's fucking Andrew Schultz's
Yeah,
podcast.
and he had those guys cracking up. And,
well, he
dude,
was talking about the fucking earrings and
Yeah, the
stuff.
pearl earrings
He was
she
like,
always
"Yeah."
wearing.
He's like, "I'm not wearing any earrings."
Dude, and there's this one part on there where he's talking about like how good he is with names and stuff. And he's like, Pocahontas and Comrade
Yeah,
Kamala.
he was making fun.
And
of
he's
him.
like,
It was
the
hilarious.
names they gotta pew, and
Yeah.
all the guys just started fucking cracking
Well,
up
'cause
laughing.
he said there were a few. He's like, they're not great, they're not the best, but that was what I could come up with on the fly.
yeah.
You know, like I think he said that about Kamala.
Kamala,
Was
yeah,
he
he's
was
like,
like, it doesn't roll off the
Doesn't
tongue
roll off
very
the tongue,
well.
and then he's like,
but
they gotta pew.
yeah.
No,
Yeah,
like
it
I
was-
said,
it was great.
that comment on the debate about the cats and the dogs had a lot. I mean, that helped out the left a lot.
Well, I think that and the other thing that helped out the left a lot on that one was the abortion thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, because she obviously
he floundered on that terribly.
not just floundered, but she obviously sat and did hours and hours of preparation for that specific fucking part.
Right. Well, she was fed the answers.
Well, even if she wasn't,
Well, also,
she still that was one thing she focused on 100% and didn't go off script.
But I mean, she has also lied about his stance on abortion and everything. And
Well, yeah.
she said, "Oh, he's going to ban these things," when he said, "I'm not going to
Well,
ban them.
especially
I'm leaving
IVF.
it to the states. I'm not banning them,
And
I'm
especially
not-
IVF.
And he
'cause
says
like,
he's for
IVF. He's
IVF.
like,
Yeah.
who
I want to make
cares?
that free
Yeah.
for everybody.
Why-
I remember him saying that he wanted to make it available.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Through
it's pretty fucking wild.
And she's also claimed that he's pushing the Project 2025, which even the people that created Project 2025 were like, yeah, Trump has nothing to do with this. He's not
Well,
supporting it. He's
the
not-
argument there is a good majority of the people that came up with 2025 are
Heritage Foundation.
Yeah, the Heritage Foundation
Yeah.
are a lot of his former not followers but staff members.
And that may be true, but I know he said he has nothing to do with it. He's not going to do anything from it, and they've said the same thing, that he's not in support of it,
Yeah, I'm not denying that.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about all the misinformation about Trump, obviously, is the information that the left is putting out there that people believe.
Yeah.
He's gonna ban abortion. He's taking away women's rights. He's going to become a dictator right off the bat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when he said what he said on that one, he was like, "Day one, I'll just be a dictator just for the day,"
And that's a scary
and
thing.
he was
is-
joking around.
Well, he wasn't being serious, and also, you can't do that in America because we have a system of checks and balances.
Kinda.
he-
We do have fucking.
We just had this thing fucking taken care of.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that we've also allowed a lot more. What are they fucking called? Not presidential decrees, but what the fuck are they called?
Oh,
I know.
executive orders.
Executive
Yeah.
orders. We've allowed more of those than ever before.
That's true.
And that's a
true.
problem.
That is
that
a
is
problem.
a huge problem.
I
Executive order.
completely
We shouldn't
agree.
be. First off, there's a lot of fucking things that we do that shouldn't be allowed. Like I don't like the ATF, right?
Yeah.
I don't like the ATF because the ATF is just non-elected.
Makes their own laws.
Yeah, they're non-elected people that just go in and go, oh, well, we're going to interpret the law this way. And it's like, well, yeah, you guys are supposed to put out like guidelines for things, not fucking create your own shit.
Right.
or say something 1 year and then 10 years later change it because you're like, nah.
Because you're trying to adhere to what one side's agenda
Yes.
than the other.
Well,
side.
and that's why, when people
And
say
they lost,
well,
luckily.
when people refer to the deep state, what they're talking about is the unelected bureaucrats and people that are within government and government institutions that are there for multiple presidential administrations. And
I don't think that's actually what people are talking about when they say deep state.
No,
When
but
people
that's
say,
what it
I
actually
know,
is.
but what people mean when they say deep state, they think that there's this fucking cabal
Well, no,
that sits in the shadows
it depends
behind
on
everybody.
who's saying it, though.
Most people that say deep state.
I don't agree.
I do.
No.
Most people that
That's-
say
that's
deep
not true.
state think that there's some sort of weird cabal.
There are
that
people that
fucking
think that.
that sits behind everybody pulling the strings.
There are people that think that, but that's not what it really is, and not everybody believes that.
No shit. But I'm saying most of the people that say deep
No,
state
you say most.
that.
That's incorrect. It's
No,
not most people.
It's most.
No, it's not.
Yep.
No, it's not shit.
It's most.
it really doesn't matter.
It is.
It doesn't matter either way.
I'm going to mute you so I can say it is. You can't say anything back.
I'll use sign language.
Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't translate on the audio version of this.
That's fine.
Kevin just lifted
Dirty
his
whore.
middle finger. That's shame.
Hey, don't say it. You described it. You're basically like one of those.
Now you've made it real.
Tim, you're basically like one of those people that describes porn for deaf people or blind people.
Oh, that'd
Have
be
you
a wonderful job.
Have you, no,
um,
it's terrible. I listened to some of it from listening to the Howard Stern show, and it's ridiculously bad. It's like somebody that can't speak, that has a terrible voice, describing things like, and then she puts his dick into her hand, and you're like, why not
No, you
just?
say penis. It's even more uncomfortable if you said it.
Well,
that.
that's probably
He
true.
puts his penis in her vagina and thrusts it slowly.
No,
puts-
that's too
he-
sexy.
He
right
puts
there.
his
It's
winky
bad.
in her
It's way-
kitchen sink.
Way worse.
Oh, Jesus, Kevin, no.
But
So, hey,
it's so fucking terrible.
Okay, so we've got. I wanted to bring this to attention, even though others
I
have been talking
saw
about this.
this.
Yeah, this is so bad.
It's a parody.
This is
almost.
but it's real.
It's not. That's the thing.
And-
America has become a parody of America.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I mean. This
We-
is what.
We're on our way to idiocracy. We're not there yet.
no,
but
we're there.
We're,
We're
no,
there.
idiocracy
Buttfuckers
was
is
far
now a chain.
more crazy.
I can't wait to open it up. I hear
I'm
they're
a
really
man.
good.
These
You
are
want to
men.
open up a butt fucker?
I'm a man.
These are men.
I'm man
apparently.
enough.
These
I'm
are
man
all
enough
actors.
to enjoy a barrel-proof bourbon.
Meat.
Man enough to cook my steak
Look at the way
rare.
this guy's
Man
sitting.
enough to deadlift
Yeah, he doesn't look
500
comfortable
and braid
sitting.
the out of my daughter's hair.
You think I'm afraid to rebuild a carburetor? I eat carburetors for breakfast.
That's
I ain't
why he's
afraid
so
of bears.
fat.
That's what bear hugs are for.
I'll tell you
It's
another
hard
thing
to push
I sure
a
as shit am
carburetor
not
through your
afraid of.
bowels.
Women.
I'm not afraid of women.
I'm not afraid of women.
They want to control their bodies? I say go for it.
They want to use IVF to start a family? I'm not afraid of families.
They want to be childless cat ladies?
Have all the cats you want.
Woman wants to be president?
Well, I hope she has the guts to look me right in the eye and accept my full-throated endorsement.
Because I'm man enough to support
He
her.
starts
Man
sucking
enough
her
to
dick.
know what
Man enough to admit I'm lost, even when I refuse to ask for directions.
Did he
Man
just have
enough
a
to
list?
not ban young
I'm
women
lost.
from reading Little
Yeah.
Women.
Or one of those pants books that the sisters like.
I'm man enough to
No, that
raw
guy does
dog
have
a
a
flight.
list.
It sucked. Not worth it.
I'm man enough to be emotional in front of my wife.
In front of my kids.
In front of my horse.
My wife, Gary.
I'm man enough to tell you that I cry at Love Actually.
Goodwill Hunting.
West Side Story.
My wife's boyfriend.
and predator.
And I'm sick of so-called men domineering, belittling, and controlling women just
Fuck
so they
you.
can feel more powerful.
You know what?
That's
So
not how my mama
ridiculous.
raised me.
I love women.
I love women who support their families.
Women who decide not to have families.
Women who take charge.
And I'm man enough to help them win.
How has that worked in history, though?
What's that?
It's the
Women in charge. It's not.
That's not a thing. That's just it. Why does that have to be? Who cares if it's
I
a woman
agree.
in charge?
I want the most
gives a
qualified
flying fuck?
fucking person.
What gender the person in charge is? Let's find out what their fucking policies are. How about
Boom!
we figure that shit out
Tim,
first?
competency.
Am I going to be able to afford sandwiches in the next 2 weeks?
Well, who's going to make them?
Good point. Am I going to be able to put fuel in my car? How's my insurance going to be? Look, I mean, that's. I hate that it's. Well, I'm from a middle class
Do you want to know?
family.
You know what? You want to know
And-
why it
Yeah.
started? It started before Biden announced it. But when Biden announced, I want to, as my vice president, have a black woman. Versus, I want to find the best candidate, and then he finds Kamala, and I'd be like, fine, whatever. But when you state what you want first because of diversity, it's bullshit.
Totally agree.
Yeah, but that's how he earned the fucking. That's how he got the.
That's not. She had nothing to do with him winning. She had nothing to do with it.
She crashed and burned in her primary
Dude,
when she
yeah.
ran for fucking president.
Tulsi Gabbard destroyed her. And Tulsi Gabbard,
yeah.
if Tulsi Gabbard was running on the Democratic side, I'd be more into that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, imagine
First off, she's
imagine
hot.
the political figures on the left that actually could be potentially good candidates that were passed over just because.
Oh, like when they fucked over Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
And then they fucked over Tulsi Gabbard. And who else did they? They fucked over one other person.
Andrew Yang.
Yeah,
Andrew Yang.
yeah, they fucked him over pretty hard too. And Andrew Yang, I think, is now independent.
Is he?
I believe so.
It's odd. So basically, it means that the left is banking on the ignorance of the American people.
Absolutely.
It works.
Yeah.
Tim, it's worked forever.
Yeah.
Did you hear what she put forward for the black community? She said she was going to try to legalize weed federally or whatever, and then
Just
also,
for them? Even though Trump's already said that I want to legalize weed federally.
But also
he
she
said
was
that
gonna,
before.
But also she said she was going to give money or grants
Strictly to which is also
black folks
illegal.
for to start businesses and stuff.
Yeah.
And
It
it's
means I want to buy your vote.
That's
Yes.
exactly what it is.
And it's also illegal.
Yeah.
It's written into laws that you can't just go, because you're this color, you get money. That's written into law.
She's
Well, they'll
just
find
lying.
a way around that.
Well,
that
it's
doesn't matter.
It's the same thing when Biden was saying he was going to forgive student loan debt and everything for everybody.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Which is also
which he couldn't do.
The Supreme Court said, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to do it anyway.
That has to be voted in.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen this, but there's tons of videos going around now of black men being asked who they're going to vote for, and they're like, Trump. And people would be like, why not Kamala? They're like, fuck her.
Yeah. And when Obama came out and was talking,
he's like, if you're
he was
black,
talking down to him,
Yeah.
and that pissed off a lot of black folks
that didn't
too.
go down the way he expected. Or when they
No.
had Clinton basically back up the right, they didn't mean for him to say the shit that
Oh,
he did
yeah.
about the immigrant that killed that one lady because he wasn't
Laken
properly
Riley?
vetted.
Yeah.
That wouldn't happen
Well,
if we could have.
if you look at Clinton's history, he originally said, "Hey, we need to stop this fucking border migration shit.
Yeah.
We need to keep the fucking chain or the lanes open that are legal to come into the country, and that's fine because we can actually see who's coming in,
Right.
Versus just everybody come in, which is a bad
We'll
move.
check IDs later.
Yeah, no, we'll try it. It's not even the fucking, what was it, Reagan's thing, trust but verify. It's not even that. It's just trust them all.
Well, what's
No,
that?
they're letting them through, and then they're saying, "Oh, we'll get to you later," basically.
And they never do though.
No.
That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. And now they this new, well, not new law, but the one that allows them to vote. They just got them approved or something like that.
Where?
It had a name.
You should never
Was it in California?
Yeah, I think.
Well,
so.
California. If it's in, who gives a shit? That
Cruz,
place is
Ted
already
Cruz
dead.
called the guy out on it too when they were having a debate. It's like, you allowed, you voted for this thing to go through that allowed non-legal U.S. citizens to vote in our.
It should never be able to happen.
Should not
First
happen.
off, because then that means that anybody could come in and then change our elections. Anybody.
Yeah.
That means, fucking all these Chinese nationals that are our enemy. That it's an enemy country.
Yeah.
Come in and just go, you know what? We're going to send, millions
A
of
whole
them in.
bunch of them in to change
and
the
then
election.
change the election. We want this one in because
Yeah.
they're going to be weak on foreign policy, and we need that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a terrible fucking move.
It's
Look,
awful.
I don't even think democracy is a great idea, like a lot of people think.
Well,
it's not.
I mean,
We don't even technically
we
have
have
a
a
democracy.
constitutional republic.
We have a representative democracy.
Yeah, but
we
it
vote in
is a
our
representative democracy.
Yeah, we
yes.
vote in our representatives, then they vote in on what we want.
Yeah.
But democracy itself is not a great idea because I don't think that a million people should be able to dictate what one person should do. Do you know what I mean?
No, yeah,
It doesn't make any sense.
Well, and even I mean,
do they
even
have
in the
voting in
past-
mental institutions?
Well, I think who was it?
We should try it.
Yeah, was it Aristotle or something had said a long time ago that democracy was like, he explained why it was a bad idea, and I mean like direct, like full on democracy.
I mean, technically, if enough people wanted to vote for it, you could vote in fucking absolutely hideous, racist laws.
for sure.
You could vote in. No, you should be able to kill people.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm kind of, I don't know. Let's make it the Wild West again. Everything goes.
You see,
Duels at sunrise.
I don't even know
noon.
that happened all that often.
Musk
No,
put out
it
his,
didn't happen all that often, but it
his
did
robot.
happen.
What?
See that? Musk put out his robot, his Tesla robot.
Yeah, but
I
it
saw
was
stuff
controlled
for
by
it,
a
yeah.
person.
It's like $30,000 to get one.
Yeah, the one I think that they demonstrated was controlled by an actual
Well,
person.
the house models now are all AI based.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh no, it'll be
It
great
looks
when they
cool,
start
yeah.
taking over.
Yeah.
Well, I'd rather
Like
that one.
iRobot?
I'd rather those be on our houses than the fucking U.S. robotics ones.
What about the sex dolls?
No,
You
the
want those?
what was it? Boston Dynamic
Boston
ones. Oh my
Dynamic.
God, those things are
The ones
fucking-
doing flips and shit.
They're doing dance sequences.
Yeah,
Dances,
but
and shit
but
like
the thing
that.
is, there's also another company that's a sketch company. It's what is it called? It's something similar to Boston Dynamics. So when they put their shit out, it looks the same.
Oh, that's a long time ago.
No, they still do it.
Oh,
There's other ones that they do, but they've made so many, and they use the robots that look exactly like the fucking robots in that. It's all just fucking digitally put in.
I thought it was costumes.
No, they use
They did one
somebody.
with costumes for a while.
No,
didn't
they use someone with a blue screen that's dressed in all blue, and then they put the robot over them. They did it at a shooting range and all that shit to make it look real. But yeah, I can't remember what they named it though. They named it so close to Boston Dynamics that if you just looked at the logo real quick and didn't read
You
it
would think
You
letter
would
for
think it
letter,
was that,
you
yeah.
would think it's Boston Dynamics, and you'd be like, "Holy fuck, this is our overlords. We are now controlled by robots."
Well, I can't
only a
wait,
matter of time.
honestly, and that's why I'm so polite to mine.
Hey Alexa.
Don't, dude. Let's not. Let's not get into it. Never mind.
No, she likes it when I talk to her.
She likes it when I talk to her too.
Yeah, but you're creepy about it.
I am creepy about it.
Because
She's
it's
the
a
only people-
disembodied fucking voice.
I bet you if we put a
Did she
black
talk
light,
to you at all when you were here, Kevin?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
She kept
She-
you company. She's a sweetheart. isn't she?
did she go, "Get me out of here. He keeps coming on the speaker."
He's
She
insane.
did. She did talk about the
The
abuse.
bodies are underneath the house. I'm telling you. Call somebody.
I would do it, but he said he'd beat me to death.
Again. Yeah, it's true.
He's had me refurbished 3 times.
Kevin, help me send an armada of police to his house.
Great. Now I'm going to get that whole call. I'm not looking forward to that.
Yeah, no shit.
God, I can't wait
There
for
they
that.
are.
It's not going to be fun.
It'll be great.
It's not going to be
when
fun
I find
at
out
all.
that Tim gets arrested for things that we said on the podcast.
Well, hey, if
Look, there's a
I
there's a
would-
world that it happens.
if Harris gets elected, that could possibly happen.
Well, the California, the whole misinformation thing there.
Dude, that's
Oh yeah,
But
It's
that's
not
they were
even-
trying
it's-
to ban
it's-
memes too.
Yeah, it's
But
not
that's
even
the-
misinformation. It's basically parody. You can't even do parody in California.
it's not parody, it's satire.
Yeah,
But
satire.
wasn't that shot down though? Was that shot down?
I
thought
don't
it
know.
was.
No, it was
California
not.
is crazy
Yeah,
enough
they,
to fucking
they
vote
allowed
for
it.
it.
It went through.
But
It
here's
did.
the
Wow.
problem with that is like, dude, you're taking first off, if you can't do satire, there's no creativity you can have,
No.
right?
And it's California.
Where all the
Hollywood.
they're supposed to have,
Yeah.
but the thing is, those people are like, what it's going to turn into is the invention of lying, where you can only do documentaries, word for word,
Oh,
based on
yeah.
reality.
I've seen that movie before, man. Is that the Ricky Gervais one?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
It's got Louis C.K. in it.
Uh-huh.
A few.
Nobody
other
knows
people.
how to lie until he invents it.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah.
Yeah, he invents it because his mom's dying, and he's like, "No, you'll go to a place in the sky, and everyone gets a mansion."
Yeah.
And then doctors hear it, and they're like, "What? Tell us more."
Yeah. Yeah. Right. You get mansions.
Yeah. It's like, who's
Like
this
Jennifer
guy in the
Garner
sky?
in there, or
yeah,
something
yeah.
like
Jennifer
that.
Garner's in
She
it.
talks about how she comes home to play with herself rather than be with him.
Yeah, she's like, "I masturbated before. That's why I'm so sweaty." Before our date, and he's like, "Oh," she's like, "You're not gonna get sex."
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I didn't watch the whole movie. It's just bits and pieces.
It's
It
of
was
good.
a funny movie.
It's
Yeah.
good.
Well, it's
I actually
Ricky
like
Gervais.
Ricky Gervais.
Yeah, he's
Me
good.
too. He's
I
awesome.
like his stand-up's pretty good.
His Emmy Awards, when
Oh,
he does
dude.
the Academy Awards or
best,
whatever.
best Emmy Award
when he-
speech
The
ever.
host,
tore down
Damn right.
everybody, and he's like, "I don't give a shit. I don't care.
they're not
I
going to
don't-"
have me come back, and they hadn't come
Yeah,
back.
Yeah.
yeah.
That was even funnier.
And the second time he went up, I think he went, I don't know what you guys are doing because I'm here
Yeah.
again."
He's like, "Thank you. Get up here. Thank your agent. Thank you, God, and fuck off."
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. No, it was great.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why. That's one of the reasons why I like him, because he seems more like just a super rich regular guy.
Yeah.
You know,
And he has no filter.
that's what I mean.
That's
like
what I
just
like.
a
That-
super
and
rich
that's great
fucking
then.
regular dude that doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, that's the
At
type
all.
of, like, indeed.
Yeah.
He, Yeah.
It's one of the reasons why I like the comedy scene anyway, is because there's a lot of that.
There's a very rare few that are actually super rich.
True.
Most of the funny ones are really struggling. Comedian wise,
it depends.
yeah.
I mean, Gillis.
David Tell is not. I mean, he's fucking hilarious.
No, but David,
I love
but
David Tell.
you
you know what I
got-
mean?
But
But he
you-
looks like he's broke as fuck.
Well, that's part of his shtick.
Yeah.
That's who he is as a person.
But even
David Tell's got money.
I'm not saying he doesn't, but I'm saying he's not super rich either.
But he also doesn't want to be. He doesn't want to be an arena comedian. He doesn't want to be.
No, he's a grind comedian, man. He just
likes
grinds it
going
out.
to rooms.
Yeah.
That's what he
That's
wants
the
to
type
do.
I like.
He doesn't want to be a guy that goes to a fucking
He doesn't want to be
theater.
your. That's what the whole.
He could
redneck
easily do
thing and all that shit.
And David Tell actually
I mean,
does
he had a
theaters.
show.
He had a few shows.
Yeah.
He had This Old Porn,
Or like
where they would watch old porn and on Comedy Central. They would
Yeah.
watch old porn
I remember when
and
that
then
was on.
fucking comment on it.
Yeah, and then he had Insomniac.
Insomniac was
I
another
love
one,
that
and then
show.
they had the Insomniac tour,
Yeah.
which he did. David Tell, Dane Cook.
Dane Cook was another one of those arena comedians, man.
Yeah.
he was.
But
Kinda
I
sold
never
out.
understood how the fuck Dane Cook became popular.
He was cute.
I had
He was attractive.
Well, I had my friend Joe being like, "Dude, this guy's the best," and then I listened to it, and I was like, "This is garbage."
He's just loud.
That's,
yeah, it's
well, that's
garbage.
just it.
I
There was-
don't find this funny.
There was a lot of people that did like him. And did
I
think he was
didn't
funny.
understand it. It didn't make. It was
I think
college
it-
kids, is
yeah,
what it was.
Yeah, that's the thing. It was more
was-
college.
And that was
jokes,
back when
you know.
comedians actually went to colleges. They don't go to colleges anymore
Not
because they're
now.
so restrictive on the rules.
Oh,
Well, you
absolutely.
can't say this, you can't say that. And you're like, well, then it can't be funny.
Because everybody on the colleges get fucking offended after.
Yes, you can
know,
say anything. You can
Yeah.
say something that's on their side.
That's why it's usually guys that just go there to piss off the college
Yeah.
students.
Well, there are those guys
it's
too.
the debate guys that love
Well-
going to colleges now, like Charlie Kirk
Yeah.
and
Well,
what other guy there?
Yeah.
That's actually kind of what's replaced the comedian scene on college campuses.
Yeah, it's these debate people that love to go on college
And
campuses.
they don't care if they go there and meet resistance.
That's the reason they're going. Is
well,
for
especially
resistance.
Charlie
Yeah.
Kirk.
Charlie
I
Kirk,
think that
yeah.
he's really into that.
Well,
Well, the
and
change my
Ben
mind guy,
Shapiro.
whoever that guy was.
Crowder. Stephen
Crowd,
Crowder,
yeah. Well, he bombed that recently, but
I guess Jerry Seinfeld went to college not too long ago.
Oh,
and
he said he'd never do it
Yeah,
again.
he'll never do it again because he was blown away by how much just fucking.
And Jerry
straight
Seinfeld
negativity
is
he
like
got.
pretty fucking
Tame.
family friendly.
Yeah,
He
he's very
is.
tame.
Yeah.
He's also got a weird outlook on comedy, in my opinion. His is so. I watched him and
what's the deal?
him, Ricky Gervais, Chris Rock, and Louis C.K. all did a thing on HBO, right? And they were talking about it, and like Louis C.K. was talking about, and same with Chris Rock, talking about how they would do like a new hour every year to 2 years, right? That's how they would do a new hour, and Seinfeld talks about what you do is you work on one act, and then you sometimes will toss in a new thing, and it's like, I don't get that. That I don't want to see the same fucking. I don't want to see it like a circus. You know what I mean? Where you see the same fucking stunts over and over. They're still amazing. The second time
Well,
you see
that's
them,
Burt Kreischer's whole career.
Yeah.
it's not though. He's had multiple
But
specials. They're all different.
and that's what I've seen Joe Rogan talk about this before, where he said, that there are those comedians that just
do
have
work
been
on
doing
an
the
act.
same act, and they've been doing it for 30 years.
and they can get by on it because they go to a new city and do it.
Yeah.
And now with the internet and with how prolific the internet is versus how it was like in the 80s, you could easily do this. In
That's
the
why
90s,
Gallagher got so goddamn big. It was the
but
same act.
No, it wasn't though.
Who?
That's the other thing. I watched Gallagher when I was a kid.
Oh,
It
Gallagher.
wasn't the
Oh.
same act. The ending was the same act, but the act before it was not. He always ended with the fucking watermelon thing because that was the shtick that people loved, right? The act itself was never the same. Now it might have been the same for a year or two. That's that they're refining it until they do a special and then they fucking
eventually
throw away the act.
Eventually, Gallagher just became
So
the
people went
watermelon
to the
guy.
Gallagher shows
No.
for the pre.
He still always did an act.
So when people heard that Gallagher was in town, they went for the comedic value of it, not the.
It depends.
watermelon
There were some
smash.
people that went for both. I watched him when he came through here, and I went and watched because I liked Gallagher. I thought he was actually a brilliant comedian. The stuff at the end was just to fucking appease the masses that didn't get weren't really into the comedy portion. You know
They just
what I
wanted
mean?
to see him,
They wanted
you
to
know,
see
fucking
that. That was
smash
who the
watermelons.
guy was to them. But to me, I watched all of his comedy specials when I was younger. I thought he was actually a good fucking writer. He just got lassoed in by that shtick that he did at the end, and that's what he became
That's what
to
gave
people.
him the money. That's where he got his money.
No, that's what he became to people. I don't think that's what. I think he could have fucking made it without that.
You think so?
Yeah, I do. Because he was a good enough writer. He did that because that was probably the easiest thing that gave him that popularity. But I think that with his writing ability, he was good enough. But he always was kind of a half prop comedian, half regular comedian anyway throughout the show. Like, he didn't go as far as, like, Carrot Head or Carrot Top.
No, we'll call him Carrot Head now.
Yeah. You know what? I like that name better. Carrot Head?
It's much better than Carrot Top.
Yeah, Carrot Head.
I'm sure he didn't like Carrot Top either.
Probably.
You mean Kathy Griffin, right?
Yeah. After no, and what he did to Trump that one time,
Oh,
was
yeah,
so bad.
Carrot Top's a bad
Canceled.
man.
But he didn't do the same prop like frequency as like Carrot Top did. Carrot Top did like that's all he did is props, right?
Yeah.
Now a lot of people hated it. I was neither here nor there on him. I didn't care either way. You know, I'm
was
not mad
never
at
a
him
fan.
because he's a prop comedian. It's just not my favorite style of comedy. I'd rather hear words that are
That,
cleverly
the
put together.
magician guy was really good.
Oh
I
yeah,
liked
yeah.
him. He
The
was
amazing,
funny. The Amazing Jonathan.
yes, that guy was fucking great.
Fucking hilarious.
But that's different. That's not to me. That's not prop comedy.
But he can't do it anymore.
He's dead. That's why.
Yeah.
That's a good reason why not to do it.
You know what I mean, Kevin?
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what
it
happens
makes
when you
sense.
die. You can't
Yeah,
do it anymore.
it's hard to do comedy when you're dead.
Well, I guess so. I mean, it's the first time I've heard that.
Yeah, no, that's why Norm Macdonald's not doing anything. You haven't heard much from him lately,
You
have
know,
you?
ever since he
He hasn't
died,
got
I
any
thought he got
specials
kind of
recently.
Yeah.
lazy.
Well, he did put out that one right after he died.
Yeah, that is true.
The one where he had no audience because
Kinda
it was COVID.
Kind of like Tupac putting out an album after he.
He put out a
he
lot
died.
of shit after
Dude,
he
this,
died.
this Diddy thing's got some shit fucking stirred
Dude,
up.
okay. On the way here,
my
I was just
God.
listening. Apparently, some names have been dropping, and they're like
Pictures have
producers
been
and
dropping.
other shit. Yeah.
Did you see that LeBron James picture?
Yeah.
Oh my
him in the
God.
fucking maid dress.
No.
or
Yes.
whatever.
Oh, yes, I have
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
that.
Oh
Bring
my
that
God. And then Mila
don't go.
Kunis,
Just fucking bring it
Mila
up.
Kunis and Ashton Kutcher are about ready to
cocksucker.
get. They want to leave the
Oh
country.
yeah, they want to leave, but they're saying for other reasons.
Yeah, right.
They're like, we want to leave because things are getting weird here.
Yeah, really
for us.
weird. Yeah,
for
you
us because
guys.
we went to too many parties.
Too many white parties, as they were called.
Yeah.
This is gonna be
Howard,
exciting. to see
actually,
how this
Howard
turns
Stern was
out.
talking about that, saying that he got invited to a white party, and he thought, oh, he's just gonna have all his white friends there.
Well, at first, admittedly, when I heard that, I was like, yeah, you know what? That sounds kind of weird that Diddy would be having a party with nothing but white people.
No, you had to dress in all white.
There's our
There
boy,
is.
LeBron
Yeah, what the
James.
fuck?
LeBron
What the hell was
James.
going on at that fucking party?
Now that is a white
Apparently,
party.
LeBron James is quoted as saying, "There ain't no party like a Diddy party."
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's
No lie, right there. That's a selfie for Diddy right there.
I'm sure that there are plenty of people that said the same thing about Epstein's parties.
But again, is that illegal?
Well,
No.
no,
Nope.
It's weird.
yeah, it's weird.
But not breaking any fucking rules. Teach
no,
their own.
But who knows what was going on at that
I mean,
party?
Tim, we do have a video of you wearing a dress during a whole show.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
Yeah.
I'm not. I mean, that's nothing.
You're like,
here nor
I'm,
there.
I'm in tune with
I
my
mean, yeah,
body.
he is an icon.
Yeah, it's a little different for a guy that's probably got millions and millions
Yeah.
and millions and millions and millions of followers.
And has a certain type of following.
Yeah.
So yeah, but at the same time, is that wrong? No, it's peculiar.
Yeah, do what you
It
want.
is definitely peculiar.
You don't have to leave it up there forever.
It's.
I thought you
I'm
wanted to
enjoying
say
it.
it.
No, I'm not.
I mean that.
I'm not enjoying
That
it
corset
anymore.
is something else on him. He's got a good figure. You know what I mean?
I mean, he's a professional athlete, Tim.
That's a good point.
You know,
I would hope one would look that way as a professional athlete.
you'd be surprised. There's some professional. God damn it! I got to remember the guy's name.
But yeah, this Diddy thing's just.
Oh, and it's only going to get worse.
Well,
So,
I heard who was it? The other comedian who was recently making a comeback was talking about how he was offered like $5 million from Diddy to come to one of these parties. He turned it down,
I wouldn't be
trying to
surprised.
protect his sacred hole, as he
Yeah.
put it.
Oh, you're talking about Cat Williams.
Cat Williams,
Yeah,
his virgin
yeah.
hole. He's like, no,
Uh-huh.
I ain't. I was offered $5 million 3 different times from this guy.
And he says something about like in Hollywood and everything, them trying to get people into a dress or some shit. Like how it's like part of this ritual they
Oh
do.
yeah.
Look up that guy real quick. Talking
Well,
about
the latest thing
athletes
about
not
Diddy
looking like
was
athletes.
some
Just
16-year-old
put
kid
Phil Kessel.
had said that he was groped by Diddy, and
Well, I think
inappropriately touched by Diddy.
I don't know if you've seen the video of Mike Tyson sitting next to Diddy, and Diddy's like fucking trying
Yeah,
to touch
Tyson's
him.
like,
and
get your fucking hands
Tyson
off.
grabs
Yeah,
his
yeah,
hand,
yeah.
fucking throws it off to
Yeah.
the side, and then moves.
Yep.
and
Well,
just stares at him.
So
what the fuck, motherfucker?
So I was listening to this podcast where they were interviewing the main prosecutor that's dealing with this whole Diddy thing, and he's representing all of these people, like 120 something people that have filed grievances, allegations against Diddy, and he says that there are lots of names, big names that are going to be dropping, and he said that.
Yeah, but we've heard this before with the fucking Epstein list.
No, well, this is actually going to drop.
Is it?
Yeah, because when the trial is going on, Epstein was protected by
there's no
powerful
witnesses
governors.
But what I'm saying is, how do you know that it's not going to get redacted like the Epstein list did?
Because this guy says during the trial,
Who's this
these
guy?
names. I just told you the guy
lawyer.
that's fucking going after Diddy.
Yeah, but
he's
the prosecuting
representing
attorney.
over 120 something people that have allegations against
but what
him.
I'm saying is, though, all you have to do is have one judge that goes, "Oh, these powerful people that I know are telling me I can't have this out here, so I'm going to redact all the names." That happens all the time in these situations.
Well, this
No
guy says
cameras
he's
in
gonna
the
make it public.
courtroom. Stuff like that.
You say that, but it was supposed to be
I'm
public.
not saying that.
It was. I get it, and there were people going, "The Epstein list is coming out. It's going to be public."
But
it never fucking did.
Epstein was dealing with like presidents and fucking.
How do you know
really
Diddy
powerful
doesn't have people like that? Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, the people that he's dealing with are mostly in Hollywood. It sounds
Yeah,
like.
these are
Understood,
Hollywood
but
icons.
do those people have powerful friends?
I'm sure they do.
Okay, so what I'm saying is they're all within the same fucking group.
Not
So
exactly the same.
It's pretty
group.
fucking close. These people all intertwine. Why do you think Hollywood goes certain ways?
Look,
leans certain ways.
I get it.
And
but
why
we've
other
already got names dropping.
It's true. We already have
But those could
LeBron
just be
James in a
leaked.
fucking maid's outfit.
It's not
dude.
just him. All these producers' names. Just today, a bunch of names were dropped. Like these are high. Some of these are high up music producers in Hollywood and others.
We'll see. What I'm saying is we'll see.
We're getting
I know,
more
we'll
out
We
of
see.
actually
So
see if they
we're
come
getting
out.
more out
that'll
of
be
this in
fine.
a shorter time than we did with Epstein. So
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
there's some hope there.
We got Epstein who killed himself.
yeah.
You know, what happened to Ghislaine? Is she doing anything?
She's
else?
Haven't heard a
just-
thing about
she's
her,
just
have
in
we?
prison.
Yeah.
And
I'm sure
her,
in solitary.
Yeah, and her whole trial was not. There was nothing came out of that.
No,
Like, it was
because
all
they
kept behind the scenes.
That and they fucking redacted everything.
Yeah, well, I don't think they even put anything out publicly with hers.
Well, you can probably get a FOIA for it, but
Yeah, but again,
it's
going
going
to
to be redacted. It's going to be 100. Like you're going to have black line, the black line, black line, black line, black line,
Right.
black line, black line, black
Yeah.
line. That's what happens in those
but
situations.
Still, with Diddy, I think the situation may be a little bit different because while I'm sure they may be names that will be
I'm going to say,
redacted.
do you want to know what my theory is? They're going to toss out some sacrificial fucking lambs, and then they're going to redact the shit out of it. There's
Maybe.
going to be some sacrificial people that are going to go down because of this, because it's too big and it's too public already, right? Yeah. Because it's too public, they're going to sacrificially get rid of some
we
people.
need a distraction for the
and
election
yeah,
anyway.
and that's
the
entirely
October
possible.
surprise.
Yeah.
Surprise!
And that is entirely possible that will probably happen.
Yeah.
However, it does sound like there will be some big names that will drop. Like you said, maybe they'll just be sacrificial lambs.
I think so.
And who knows? Maybe we'll get more than we expect.
No,
It all just
look,
depends.
I'll be pleasantly surprised if we get everybody that's on these fucking lists that did something wrong out there in the public.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, so far
Get rid of these fucking people.
The only allegation I've heard about is the underage kid that he touched. I haven't heard anything else.
Yeah, but I think I've heard
Except the sex trafficking or something like
Well,
that.
yeah, that's
There's
pretty
no-
bad.
There's no names involved with that I've heard.
Well, it's
No.
First
First off, a lot of those people would have been underage when that happened.
Yeah.
and when that happened, so they're not going to. Their names won't
and
be
the
in
guy
there.
that's the guy. So the guy that is representing
At least
these,
not out in the
this
public.
128 or something people, he said that like a quarter of them were underage at the time of the alleged events.
Justin Bieber.
And the rest are a mix of men and women.
Well, did you see the interview that
Cannon.
Diddy did with Justin Bieber at the time? And
Yeah,
I
we
think it was
showed it.
late night.
We watched that video.
Was that
we
on
showed
here?
it here? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Where he was like,
first, did he do it?
I got him for 48 hours or whatever.
No,
It's
I'm
like-
not talking about that one. There's another one. He's on a late night show. Bieber's talked about something already before Diddy even came out.
Uh-huh.
And the host goes, "Hey, Diddy, yeah, he told me about this in the car and that stuff." And he's like, "Justin knows he needs to shut his mouth."
Whoa.
Yeah, because he had done something to get the car, that type of shit.
Ah,
He needs to shut up. We don't need to go down this road. Basically is what he's saying. Don't go down this road.
Yeah.
Because you go down this road, you might say something wrong that I can't have. Is basically what it looked like.
Yeah.
It was fucking creepy. I'm like, what? So it's weird how all these things that were not innocent at the time.
Yeah, we kind of just passed over in the past.
We passed over because there were no allegations at the time. So you're like, oh, that could have meant anything, and it's like, could it? Yeah. Could it have meant anything?
That means the Me Too movement should have been taken, seriously back then, even.
Yeah, but this is all like dudes.
I mean,
it doesn't.
I was gonna say
rape can happen.
You don't Me Too a dude.
That
doesn't happen.
Right, I forgot.
Also, I guess we'll end on this. I wanted to bring Phil Kessel up because
who the fuck is Phil Kessel?
He's an NHL player that had an Ironman streak. Go ahead and pull him up. The reason I'm bringing this up is you saying that, professional athletes should look like professional athletes. This guy doesn't look. He eats fucking, like, his meals every day is like fucking 4 or 5 hot dogs at a time. Like, this guy. No, bring up the one that I just fucking had there. Why would you do that?
Calm down.
That's a picture. No, what?
Is that his balls?
I think he just zoomed in on his balls.
Neat. Yeah, a little rip in his underwear right there.
But what I'm saying is,
always have a conniption.
Well, because you went to another picture.
Well,
I
hockey
just brought
isn't a
this
real
up.
Sport.
I didn't know you brought it up.
It looked like it was
You
wide.
get
Anyway,
10 seconds of moving around, and
But-
then you just stand still.
but the reason I brought this up is because you can look like an everyday dude and be a professional athlete.
Yeah.
Phil Kessel did it.
Well,
he had
no shit.
He had an Ironman streak of over 1,000 games, meaning that he did not miss a game for over 1,000 games, which is insane in the NHL because people get injured all the time. It's insane in most professional sports because people get injured all the time. I just thought
it happens. In sports.
well, but the reason I'm bringing him up is because Tim's like, oh no, you should look like a. No, not everybody does. It just doesn't happen.
Well, you got me, Shane. You proved me wrong. Good for you, buddy.
I had to bring it up.
Well done.
I just knew of one guy that was definitely. He's still trying to get.
You did it, dude.
He's trying to get a contract this year.
You did
He's
it.
37.
Look at you. You found one.
I did.
Well done.
Good job. Anyway, fuck you guys, you cunts. Kevin, you're not ending it yet. There we go.
I had to get to the fucking page. Calm the fuck down, baby.
No, it was the you stopping and looking at it for like 10 seconds. That was the part that sucked.
That was 10 seconds?
It was close enough.
Nah, it was more like 4.
That's fucking close enough. I exaggerate for fucking effect.
I know this.
You're a cunt. Anyway, thank you for listening to the show. Kevin's a cunt, and goodbye.
Take time into the madness. No time for control from politics to pop culture. We'll preach your blood every episode. Make your fitting twice with all passion.